Hi and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you have been here before. It is a pleasure having you. So this is in my series of how-to videos. Today I'm going to go over how you know that a pendulum that you're buying in a store is the one that's right for you. So these two are store-bought. This one is homemade. I will do a different video on how to make your own and set parameters and whatnot for making your own pendulum. So with the store-bought ones, you want to get a mat as well. This is the parameter that they are set to. It is actually for your physical brain, because your inner self, your higher self, your spirit guides, your deity, whatever it is that you connect to already knows what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, what questions you're going to ask, what answers you're looking for. So the physical mats, the physical parameters are there for your physical brain to see, like, okay, this is no, this is yes, this is the box that it is drawn in, this is what's going on. There's no second guessing. So that's what the mat is for. So when you go into a shop and you are wanting to get a pendulum, there is usually a wide variety. Some of them are just in a case and they're sat down like this. Some of them are on a stand where they're hanging up like this next to each other. If you are lucky enough that they are already up like this, you want to take your dominant hand, which is your masculine hand. Mine is my right. My right side of my body is my masculine. My left side of my body is my feminine. I do everything with my right side. It's my, like, power side. And I think of it as, like, if you know Iron Man, your power, like, you think about, you know, your hand being like Iron Man's hand, and you can be like pew 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 and, you know, shoot out. Okay, so that's like you're shooting out sonar. Okay, the feminine is receptive. You're pulling in with your feminine, so that is the receptive. Your masculine is like the force outward. Okay, so you're at a shop and pendulums are sat up like this on a display. So you want to take your dominant hand and have it under, okay? And you're just gonna, like, go under each. And if there is one specific that is moving a lot, like trying to get your attention, it is like very, very active, that one is for you. If you go under another one and it doesn't really move that much or not at all, that's not for you. And I'll tell you that I went into a shop. This one is my daughter's. This one is mine. I went into a shop and there was one hanging up that I wanted so bad. And I was like, please move, please move, please move. And it wouldn't at all. And this one was off to the side over here, and it was just going absolutely insane. And I was like, but I want this one over here. And it just was not having it at all. So finally I gave in and I went over to this one and I was like, okay, you want to be my friend? And it just, like, went crazy, like almost swinging off the display. So that one came home with me, and then my daughter came over and I explained to her what to do, and this one went crazy for her. I do use both of them. They both will work for me. I do recommend that you do a cleansing as soon as you bring any of your metaphysical tools home. I do have a how-to video on how to cleanse. It works for cards, yourself, your pendulums, any of your metaphysical stuff, your crystals, and it's safe to do, you know, as much as you want. So say you go into a shop and they're all laid down like this and you have to have someone come take them out of the display case. Some people would say it's okay to hold it like this, and it is. It's okay to hold it like that, but it leaves the wiggle room of, like, oh, well, I moved my fingers slightly and I manipulated it to move, right? So I typically don't recommend that you do that, especially if you're doing questions with your pendulums. I recommend that you would hold it like this. And yes, your arm is going to move or shake slightly, your hand is going to move or shake slightly, but your pendulum will stop itself and it will move itself, because like I said, your inner self, your higher self, whatever it is that you believe in, already knows what you're going to do. It's your physical brain that tricks you. So you go into a shop and they're laid down like that, and you have to have someone pull it out of the case. That's how you're going to test it. You're going to put it like this. You're going to hold it up, let it stop itself, and you're going to ask it, do you want to work with me? Are you the pendulum for me? And you might, because there's not going to be a mat sitting there typically, you might have to give it the parameters of circular motion is yes, side to side is no, or whatever you're more comfortable with to get your answer. Woo. So that's how you're going to pick your pendulum when you go into a shop. Either it's hanging up and you hold your hand under it and it moves like crazy for you, or if it's in a case and you have to hold it up, you're just going to hold put your elbow on the counter, hold it as still as you possibly can. You can see I shake constantly. Like sometimes it's worse than others, but my tools still work very well for me even through that. So that is how you are going to pick your pendulum and figure out that that pendulum is right for you. And like I said, for this beauty right here, that is homemade, and I will be doing another video on how to make your own pendulum, which I do highly recommend that you do if you are able to, because making your own tools, it's like you're putting your own sweat and blood and tears, not literally but figuratively, into your tools, and it's more personal, and I just feel like it's kind of like a stronger bond type of thing. So that was my very first. I couldn't really afford at the time to go and buy a pendulum, and I really wanted to start working with them, so I made my own. So that is how you will figure out in a shop what pendulum is good for you. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment below, was this helpful to you? What are some methods that you use when going to a shop and getting your own pendulum? They are very lovely to have, very useful. So thanks again, and you have a wonderful day.